Now, we just completed unit 1, which is into LPP model. And now we are going to start unit 2, which consists of 3 topics, transportation problem, assignment problem, and traveling salesman problem. Okay. So this transportation problem, now whatever our first topic we are discussing about transportation problem, this is one example and you already saw it in my notes what I shared you earlier. So this
Ma'am,
particular, yeah,
hello. Ma'am,
yeah,
sorry for interruption.
no problem.
Ma'am, I just want little bit clarification regarding eighth solution, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, that in equation 2, is it greater than or less than, ma'am?
Greater than.
Greater than or equal to?
Mm.
Yes, ma'am. Only
Okay.
this one, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Girls, ninth problem also I shared you the solution. You can try it. Okay.
Yes,
Ninth
ma'am.
problem. Yeah. And yeah, now if I go back, we are going to discuss transportation problem. Even Manaswini asked me and I forgot to share you syllabus. Now after this class, I'll share you syllabus, girls, so it will be clear. I just need to copy paste from the course structure and share it. I'm forgetting that particular work. I'll share you after this video. Yeah. Now, so under transportation problem, the transportation problem, what is the main use of transportation problem in business is it tries to reduce the duration as well as the cost. Like transportation, the name itself, it tries to describe the supply of goods wherever there is demand. Now, if you see when I show you this particular example, it is just a matrix of there are for an example, I'm just sharing you for an example, there are 4 warehouses, D1, D2, D3, D4. So they all have different demands, and there are 3 manufacturing units which we can call them as supply units, S1, S2, S3. Yes. So how these supply units are able to deliver to these different manufacturing units on particular time. So this particular body of the matrix, the body of the matrix, if you see the demand for you can see the combination for supply unit 1 and for from manufacturing unit 1, and there is a warehouse. It is requiring some 19 units. The cost incurred in order to supply from S1 to D1, it is 19 rupees. Let me just take an example. The cost incurred in supplying from manufacturing unit S1 to a warehouse D1, it is costing rupees 19. And what is that particular demand for that particular is 5 on a whole. Same thing from manufacturing unit S2 to same demand unit, warehouse unit D1, it is costing 70. So that is how this particular matrix is trying to describe. If I just go to this particular cell of 60, from manufacturing unit S2 to, in order to reach warehouse D4, it is costing rupees 60. But there are all multiple paths. Now I need to pick what is the minimum cost which leads me to reach that particular warehouse and satisfy all the 4 demands from the 3 manufacturing units. My manufactured products my manufacturing unit must also be empty, as well as I also need to satisfy the customers based on their demand. This is the main motto of the transportation problem. It tries to show the optimal route where it, or not exactly the route, optimal cost where it can be reduced using some various methods. So the various methods, when we see, we have 3 different methods, girls. As I shared you the notes. The first one we call it to be as least cost method. Okay. We pick the lowest cost and go ahead and start our process. The next method we can say it is northwest corner rule. Okay. We pick the northwest cell and work on it. I'll show you all the methods. And the last one is VAM method, which is nothing but Vogel's approximation method. This is very, very important. In exam, if they don't mention, just solve it using transportation problem. Obviously, you need to prefer this particular method, which gives you the lowest cost. You will see it now when we are doing the problem as well. Okay. So these are the 3 methods which we will be learning under transportation model. And we will see how the cost will be reduced. I was telling you OR is exclusively to reduce the cost, time and all, especially which is related to manufacturing units. So now this one can be the best example where we can see how the cost is being incurred. Now, girls, when you see now, I hope you all are able to see the matrix on the board. Now, is it clear how a matrix, how this particular matrix is formed? The entire body of the matrix is exclusively the cost associated with it. We can see the demand for warehouse D1, demand for warehouse D2 is 8, demand for warehouse D3 is 7, and demand is 14. Similarly, what is the capacity the manufacturing units can supply is from S1 they can only supply 7 units, S2 it is 9 units, and S3 it is 18 units. That is what they are trying to say. Is the matrix clear to you all?
No, ma'am.
Some of them
No,
are saying
ma'am.
code is not clear, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
What? No, 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 no. You are not able to see it on the board.
Ma'am, it's not clear.
No, board is not clear, ma'am.
It's all blurred, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Even now it is blur.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't read the letters at all. 19, 30, 50, 10, 7. Can you see them?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, a few we can see, a few we can't.
Okay. My light. Board is not clear. Okay. So now, is it visible now? Everyone?
No, ma'am.
That's what.
No,
It is not-
ma'am.
Now,
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
it's quite
ma'am.
better.
let us see, hope for the best. I don't know why there is variation in lights. Okay, fine.
Ma'am, actually,
Now it's clear, ma'am.
Okay.
ma'am,
Yes, I'll change my
Ma'am.
room. Yeah,
ma'am, some of the participants are waiting in lobby, it seems.
I admitted, ma. Just Nidhi, I got it. I admitted her. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
fine. So, okay, let me start. Now we will see. We will solve it using least cost method first. Okay, my question earlier before the board was visible is whether you did you understand what are these numbers in the matrix? Again, I'm telling you the body of the matrix is nothing but the cost. Okay, and these are the supply required, the number of units S1 can provide in order to meet the demand 7, 9, and 18, as well as the demand, what warehouses are requiring based on the customer's demand is 5 units, 8 units, 7 units, and 14 units. Now, is it clear to you all, girls? So now if you see there is
Yes,
an
ma'am.
Yes,
equivalent
ma'am.
here 34. So the suppliers are able to satisfy the demand which is 34 row wise total as well as column wise total. But now the total doesn't play any major role when we are solving the problem. Now the least cost method, in this least cost method, I'll just work on the body of the matrix, girls. Ignore supply values and demand values. Yes, pay attention everyone. So I'll pick the lowest cost. If you see the lowest cost is at 8. Agree?
Yes,
From the entire body of the matrix, the lowest cost is 8. Everyone agree? Yes?
Yes,
So
Yes,
from
ma'am.
this lowest cost, when I'll pick this particular cell, pay attention clearly, girls. I'll pick this particular cell, the lowest cost, which is 8. I'll see the demand for this is 8. The supply for this is 18. The demand supply for this particular cell is 8 and 18. So I
18.
will allocate the smallest value out of these two. Out of 8 and 18, the smallest value is 8. I will allocate this. Because I allocated 8, 8 minus 8, I'll make this to be 0. 18 minus 8, it is 10. Did you understand this particular step, what I just did? What I did, girls,
Yes, ma'am.
I took the body of, I looked at the body of the matrix. As my method is least cost method, I picked a cell. Yes, I picked a cell with the lowest cost, which is 8. For this particular cell 8, the demand and supply I just checked, one is 8 and the other one is 18. Out of these two, I just took the smallest value, which is 8. I allocated 8 near that particular lowest cost cell, and I subtracted that from the demand and the supply. 8 minus 8, it is 0, and 18 minus 8, it is 10. Is this step clear? Wherever there is an allocation, now this particular cell became 0. Yes or no? This particular demand has become 0. Immediately, I'll strike off that particular cell. Is it clear? Wherever, whichever side it is becoming
Yes.
0. I'll strike off that as per this particular scenario. The second column is gone. I just striked it off with I just striked off that particular column. Okay, I'll not use those values further. That is the reason I'm just going to strike it off. You need to solve this particular problem with pencil, girls. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now going to the next one. If you see my next lowest cell, I just need to pick my next lowest cell. See 19, 50, 10, 70, 40, 60, 40, 70 and 20. Out of this, my next lowest cell is 10. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Agree, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Particular column is gone. So next it is 10. So 10 again, what I have, my supply is 7 and demand is 14 for this particular cell. So I'll pick the smallest value as I just stated. So I'll allocate 7 near that particular cell, 10, which is the next lowest cost. I'll subtract 7 minus 7, it is 0. 14 minus 7, it is 7. Is this step clear again, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
After step 1,
No, ma'am.
pick the next lowest. Yeah.
Please repeat, no, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm repeating. After done with the step 1, this particular step is clear to you all, I hope. After done with this
Yes,
step,
ma'am.
I pick the next lowest cell, which is 10. Okay. Again, for this cell, I check the demand and the supply. The demand for this particular cell is 14 and supply is 7. So out of
14.
these two, I pick the lowest value, which is 7. I allocated 7 here. Out of 14 and 7, 7 is the lowest value. Yes or no, girls? Do you agree? So I allocated
Yes,
7
ma'am.
in that
Yes,
particular
ma'am.
lowest cell. 7 minus 7, it is 0. 14 minus 7, it is 7. Okay. Again, the same step repeat.
Okay.
Whatever is 0, I'm just striking it off. Now first row is gone and second column is also gone. Okay. First row is gone and second column is also gone. Now I will go to the next particular lowest value cell. Now again you see 70, 40 is there, 40, 70 is there, 60, 20 is there. My next lowest cell is 20. I mean next lowest cost is 20. Everyone agree? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Now
Yes,
again
ma'am.
I'll see at this particular cell 20, I'll see what is supply and demand, 7 and 10. Out of the 7 and 10, which is the lowest value? Obviously 7. So I will allocate 7 to the cost 20. 7 minus 7, 0. And 10 minus 7, it is 3. Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Again,
ma'am.
I'll repeat, girls. Again, I'll repeat. After step 1 and after step 2, I went to the next lowest cell, which is 20. So when I went to this particular lowest cost cell, I saw its supply and demand are 7 and 10. So wherever 7 is there, I'll just supply and demand are 7 and 10. Out of the 7 and 10, 7 is the lowest value. So I allocated 7 to the lowest cost cell. And 7 minus 7, it is becoming 0. 10 minus 7, it is 3. So this is how again my new supply and demand changes. Okay, now again what I'm supposed to do, whichever I made 0, I'm just striking off that particular column. So now first row is gone. First row is gone. Second column is gone. And fourth column is also gone. Now what else we are remained with? 70, 40, 40, 70. Now what is my next lowest value? So obviously it is 40. I'll pick any of the 40. I'll pick the first 40. Okay. There are two 40s which are equal. So I'm just picking the first 40. Now when I'm picking this particular cell, see its supply and demand 5 and 3. Okay guys. So out of these two, 5 and 3, 3 is the smallest value. So what I'm doing, I'm allocating 3. So because I'm allocating 3 minus 3, it is 0. And 5 minus 3, it is 2. Understood? Now wherever I made 0, immediately I'm just striking off that particular row. Second row is also gone. Am I clear, girls?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I just want to ask, why are we allocating those cells with these numbers?
Why means I'll tell you. Let me complete this process. Then I'll go with the next process. Next step. Why I'll let you know.
Okay, ma'am.
Why I'll just tell you. Okay, it gives me the optimal solution. That is the reason I'm doing it. That is the next step which I'm trying to say. First, try to understand how I am allocating for the lowest cells. Now, is step 4 clear, girls?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
First we
Yes,
picked
Yes,
8,
ma'am.
next we picked 10, next we picked the 20th cell, and next we picked 40. Now what are remaining? 70 and 40 are remaining. Out of this, obviously the lowest value is 40. So start allocating for that. When I pick this particular cell, check 7 and 9 are the demand and supply for that. Okay. So what I'm doing, as the lowest value is 7, I'm allocating 7. 7 minus 7, it is 0. 9 minus 7, it is 2. Now obviously, so because this side it became 0, I'm just cancelling even the third column as well. Now we are only remained with uncovered area is only this particular cell S2D1, so which is having 70 as the value. Okay girls, so in this 70 as the value, if you see the demand and supply for this both are same, which are 2 and 2 in row wise and column wise. So if you are arriving at this particular point, both the sides it is same. That means you did your problem correctly and you went it in a correct flow. Understood, girls? Clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
is
Yes,
allocation
ma'am.
clear, girls? Any doubt
Yes,
in
ma'am.
allocations? Is it clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
If you have doubt,
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
just try to repeat it again.
Ma'am,
Yeah. My board is
yes,
not.
ma'am. Please repeat it.
You want me to repeat it? From which
Yes,
the
ma'am.
last step? See, I just started picking as my process is least cost method. First, I picked 8, okay, which is the lowest cost. I just checked the
Yes,
supply
ma'am.
and demand for it. The demand and supply for it are 8 and 18. Out of 8 and 18, I picked the lowest value, which is 8. I allocated 8 there. 8 minus 8, it is 0. And 18 minus 8, it is 10. So then after this, wherever I'm making 0, immediately I need to cancel that respective row or column. But in this particular case of our step 1, it is column 2, I cancelled it off. Now I will go back
Yes,
and
ma'am.
see the next uncovered area. I'll just go and see my next uncovered area. The next lowest cell is 10. For 10, I'll just see the supply and demand. It is 14 and 7. So out of these two, the lowest value is 7. Allocate 7 here. And 7 minus 7, it becomes 0. 14 minus 7, it becomes 7.
7.
So again, wherever it is becoming 0, cancel that particular row or column. In this second step, the minus row. So I striked off that particular row. Now again, I went
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
next uncovered area. The lowest cost cell is 20. Yes. And under this 20, again I checked its respective demand and supply. They are 7 and 10. The lowest value is
10.
obviously 7. So
7.
allocate 7 to that particular lowest cost cell. 7 minus 7, it is 0. And 10 minus 7, it is 3. So wherever I made it to be 0, cancel that particular column, which is fourth column as per this particular step. The next lowest
ma'am.
value cell is 40. There are two 40s. I just picked the first one randomly. Anything you can pick. You can pick either this one or this one. So I just picked first one. So 40, the demand is 5 and for this particular demand is 5 and 3. Supply and demand are 5 and 3. The lowest value is 3. So allocated 3. 3 minus 3, which is 0. 5 minus 3, which is 2. Again, after this, the next lowest value which is remaining is 40. I'll again check the demand and supply. 2 and, sorry, it is 9 and 7. Okay, so out of this, the lowest value is 7. 7, allocate 7. 7 minus 7, 0. 9 minus 7, 2. And finally, when we arrive, the only uncovered region is cell S2 and D1. So which is 70 with the cost 70. So both the sides it is 2 and 2. 2 minus 2 it is 0. 2 minus 2 also it is 0. So that is what finally when I am completing my matrix, all supply must be 0, all demand must be 0. You can see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then only you are allocating everything properly. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any
Yes,
doubt?
ma'am.
You want me to repeat it again?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
You must see one particular step. You need to see there is a particular rule m plus n minus 1. This rule must be satisfied. Okay. So that means must be equal to your allocations. M plus N minus 2 and N minus 1 must be always equal to your allocation. This step I didn't write it in your notebook, girls. So just make it, I didn't write it in the notes which I shared. So just make sure that you're using it. M is nothing but number of rows. N is nothing but number of columns. How many rows we have? 3 rows plus 4 columns minus 1, which is equal to 6. And how many allocations we have? Allocations are nothing but these circles where I allocated supply and demand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So is equal to my number of allocations. If it is not equal to, we will do that particular step later. What is it and how to apply it, I'll let you know in my later part. Right now, as for this problem, this particular equation must be proved. Then only again you are doing a correct process. If not, there are some optimality tests we will be doing it in my later part. Okay. So now, what is the total cost? I'll just remove this particular part, girls. Now I'll answer various questions. So now, what does it mean, girls? For supplier 1, if you see, it need to distribute to 4 warehouses. It can distribute it to 4 warehouses. But for supplier 1, if it is supplying for D4, the cost is less and time taken is also less. That is the reason we are allocating. That is what we are able to prove. Zuveria, understood?
No, ma'am. Can you repeat one more time?
See, there are 4 warehouses and 3 suppliers. Warehouses means I can say D stands for distributors who reaches customers directly. So these 4 distributors, the suppliers, the manufacturing units are having options. S1 can supply to 4 different units, and these are the costs. If it is supplying for the first distributor, it is costing 19, second it is costing 30, third it is costing 50, and fourth distributor it is costing rupees 10. So with the help of this transportation model, I can suggest supplier 1, he can distribute it to distributor 4, which is costing them less. Okay, so at rupees 10, it can distribute 7 units, 10 rupees each unit. How many units it is able to distribute? 7. That is
7.
enough. Understood? Though they are having 5 and 7 are the supplies and demands, it can distribute 7 with the lowest cost. That is what it is trying to say. That is one thing. Second supplier, if I go to second supplier, they can distribute to 2 distributors, D1 as well as D3. So for first distributor, only 2 units are fine. The cost is 70. So it is only 2 units are fine. And for the third distributor, the cost is 40, but it can distribute 7 units. That is their capability where it can reduce its cost. Okay, that is what we are trying to say. It's very understood. Are you getting me? Similarly,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, for the third supplier, he can distribute it to 3 units. Yes, he can divide. That means whatever products he is producing, he can divide them based on the cost. So each unit is costing 40. For first distributor, it is 3. For second distributor, each is costing 8 and 8 rupees. So 8 units and 8 rupees. And for third distributor, it is 20 rupees per 7 units. Okay, so this is how the total cost, when we calculated what did we get for least cost method, it is rupees 814. And this is only as per OR. Again, there are multiple solutions, girls. This is one of the solution when I am using least cost method. We will also see for the same matrix when I am applying some other methods, what will be the cost and how it will show its variation associated with that. Am I clear? Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is everyone clear? Have we arrived at this cost?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Shall we see? Yeah, who stopped me, interrupted me? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. I'll just go with the next method. We will see what happens with the cost in that particular method. Okay, girls? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
The video, I didn't play it. Okay. The next northwest corner cell is 40. So if you see, it is 3 and 7. So the lowest value is 3. So 3, allocate 3. 3 minus 3, it is 0. 7 minus 3, it is 4. So wherever it became 0, I'm just striking off that particular cell. Now the two values which are remaining are 70 and 20, but our method is northwest corner cell. So the northwest cell as per the remaining data is 70. So see, its supply and demand 18 and 4. The smallest value is 4. So 4 minus 4 it is 0. 18 minus 4 it is 14. And whichever side it became 0, strike off that particular column or row. Now the last cell which is remaining is 14 and 14. So allocate 14. Yes, 0. 14 minus 14, 0. And if you see, all my supplies has become 0. All my demands are also 0. Now again, you can also apply this particular rule, m plus n minus 1. So it is 6. Are they equal to my allocations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allocations, which is also equal to my allocations. Don't forget to mention this. Now the total cost is, so 5 into 9 plus 2 into 30 plus 6 into 30 and plus 3 into 40 plus 4 into 70 and plus 14 into 20. Now what is my lowest cost? Sorry, what is my cost here? It is rupees 1015. This is also initial basic feasible solution. Girls, did you understand? Under least cost method, when I applied, I got a cost of rupees 814. When I applied northwest corner rule, I got a cost of 1015. Okay, there is a change in the cost. So in operations research, don't forget we have multiple solutions. Am I clear, girls? So today I'll stop at this. I'll explain VAM method in my next class. Okay, girls, first I'll take attendance. Okay, am I clear with the problem? Any
Okay, ma'am.
doubts?
Okay, ma'am.